We all get rustier with age, right? But is the old adage, it's like riding a bicycle, applicable to sniper skills? Let's go.
New National Infantry Museum among the many highlights of Ted Bundy's visit to Fort Benning, Georgia. Now it's about time for his impossible shot, but not before a couple more surprises that'll leave him speechless.
Once a sniper, always a sniper. The black
Now, you can say that like once a Marine, always a Marine, but you're not running the O course humping the gear, right? Sniper's a pretty specific job. So once a sniper, always a sniper. Can you hit the target at 500 yards into a gnat's ass? Can you hit at 1,000? This man had never heard of the concept of hitting at 1,000 during his time. It was nearly impossible. The optics weren't there. Probably couldn't see that far. Let's keep going.
Cat is the grandest prize an Army marksman can earn, and Ted Bundy is about to see just how much he's revered.
So on behalf of the officers, non-commissioned officers, soldiers, and civilians of the United States Army Marksmanship Unit, sir, I'd like to present you this black hat of the U.S. Army Marksmanship Unit.
Oh, you don't know.
Congratulations, sir.
You don't know how much it means to me.
We've only presented about 8 black hats to non-members of the Army Marksmanship Unit. The wearer of the black hat is a member of an elite. They're members of the best shooters in the world.
You don't know how much you guys.
And he still fits into his dress uniform. Now that's pretty amazing. Usually guys get fat, right? But these older guys, that generation, he's probably long since deceased at this point. My grandfather's age stayed pretty thin. They were against getting overweight for several reasons, none of which were anything to do with fat shaming. They just didn't eat as much. They had common sense.
I'll never forget it.
Sir, that means the world to us.
But now it's time for Ted to show the world he deserves the black hat. The World War II sniper will attempt a shot he'd never dreamed possible, hitting a target with modern equipment at 1,000 yards. He'll be coached by the finest sniper team in the world, two-time international champions AMU Sergeants Robbie Johnson and Jason St. John.
He walked up and he came over and he was expressed to us that he was honored to be here with us. And I guess not trying to be insulting to the man, I just thought that was silly because, I mean, the honor is definitely all ours.
So to meet someone that was actually there and was a sniper back then and, you know, was in the Battle of the Bulge and Bastogne, and, man, it's just a great honor for me.
Now think about it for a second. They never shot at 1,000 yards, like I said earlier. So he's never been this far out. Maybe you hope you get lucky. Maybe he took the shot like that. I doubt it, because you know you're not going to hit anything. Why give away your position, number one? Number two, the Battle of the Bulge was the largest battle in World War II. I think 1945, 1944 to 1945. It was in the winter. It was one of the coldest winters in the war's history. So it was a very substantial battle, as in it was a big turning point for the Allies.
It'll be starting with a shot from 300 yards, and this will truly be a blast from the past. He hasn't seen his Army-issued 1903 Springfield A4 since leaving the service in 1944. That's why Val Forget has flown in. His company, Navy Arms, specializes in making exact replicas of historic guns. So he's made a special trip from Maryland to make yet another surprise presentation to Ted Bundy.
And on behalf of Shooting USA, Navy Arms, and a grateful nation, we want to give you an exact replica of your 1903 A4 that you used in the war. God bless you, sir. He's representative of millions of men and women that serve our country every day. You want to let them know how much it means to all of us as Americans.
I think those are all 10-power fixed scopes. I tried to get some more information about what exact scope was used, but there were several different ones during the war. 30-06. You're not going to hit 1,000 yards with that weapon, that's for sure. You'd have to hold off probably 7 or 8 feet. Let's keep going.
For what he sacrificed.
So he's got his rifle. He's got his world-class instructors. Now it's up to him to ring a target from 300 yards.
Okay, I'm dead on.
It's all on you, sir.
The first shot's good. But Ted's not satisfied.
Wow.
That's 3 inches below center mass and 3 inches left. You want to go one?
So I said earlier, it's like riding a bike. So marksmanship skills do get rusty, but you remember the fundamentals, right? So you remember breathe, relax, squeeze, your eye relief on the stock, certain things you remember. So if you somebody who's never shot, they're not going to have at least the fundamentals in their brain. Now, do you still have the eyesight for it looking through the scope? Of course not. So it's somewhat like riding a bike. It's going to take some practice to get better at it because you understand, at a minimum, the basic elements to marksmanship.
Or you can try to hit that gong. You just barely missed the gong.
So one more shot from 300 yards with a World War II era rifle at a dead center hit.
Wow.
Yeah, you got the gong that time, sir. Dead center. But you walked him right up. 1, 2, 3. You couldn't ask for any better performance. So you take direction better than my partner does.
I don't think so.
And now he'll have one.
Now, it helps having a spotter, right? So if you say, I was dead center, the rifle's been zeroed and you're off, you have to decide, was it a good shot or did you pull it? You know, what did you do? Was it you or the weapon? If you shoot the second one, it's the same spot. Obviously, you need to adjust the weapon. But this guy knows he's done that. So he probably said, okay, that's the way the weapon's shooting. I'm not going to start jacking around with the scope. They probably don't even have adjustments on them then. You just do Kentucky windage, hold up a little bit and hold to the right.
Chance to take direction. The next shot is the one he's been waiting for.
Wow.
1,000 yards.
I couldn't.
Now look right there. You can't. Now this is a shitty video as far as the quality, but at 1,000 yards, you can't see much. Like a human being is going to look like a speck if you can pick them out. At 500 yards, I can tell you this: with open sights in the Marine Corps, we shoot at 500 yards. The target's a speck. The first time they tell you have to shoot at the target, you think there's no way in hell I'm hitting this thing ever. Now I've shot at 1,000 yards after I was out of the military with good optics, and there's still any kind of screw up, this thing will go off. And it's not like you're off 5 inches, you're off like 5 feet.
Dream in them 1,000 years how you'd do that, how you'd even see a human that far away, you know.
So you're anxious to find out.
Yeah.
He'll have the latest technology on his side for this one. The 03 Springfield is replaced with the AMU's custom Remington 700, one of the most accurate rifles in the world. Modern-day snipers also have the luxury of working in teams. Sergeant Johnson is the shooter, while Sergeant St. John is the spotter. Weather conditions, environmentals as they call them, are the key to calculating the perfect shot.
For every mile an hour of wind that we're looking at right there, we're moving the bullet 10 inches.
And once the calculation...
So think about that. For every mile of hour, the bullet's moving 10 inches. So at a gusty day, 15 miles per hour, that's 150 inches, right? Let me get my math correct. So you got to hold the thing over a lot. You almost got to be looking at the target like you're shooting at a person. You're shooting 10 feet to the left or right, or you get my point. So think about that mile-long shot that the Canadian sniper took. The holdover must have been incredible. Now, in the desert, you don't have any humidity, any kind of wind. You could have no wind where you're sitting. If you don't have a flag and a mile away, you're not going to know the windage or what the wind is. It's going to be near impossible.
are made, it's up to Sergeant Johnson to take the shot.
And then he'll say ready, and then I'll tell him I'm ready by telling him to send it. If he doesn't get it off in 3 seconds, then we're looking at major changes possibly in environmentals, and so we would have to restart. Robbie, go ahead and give me a light half to a heavy quarter. Favor towards that heavy quarter, though, okay? Send it. And that one was 1 inch right of center and about 3 inches low.
Ted Gundy has been watching intently.
If you'd like to shoot down, we'd be honored to have you shoot our rifle, sir.
Okay.
This is the moment this old vet.
All right, so the expert sniper still hitting right and low of center at 1,000. You know, looks like a nice day. They got flags near the target, so you get an idea of the wind. you got your elements under control. It's not like they drop you off in the middle of, say, Germany somewhere in the winter, where all of a sudden it's snowing one day, could be raining, could be humid. A lot of factors here.
Has been dreaming about, trying to put a bullet on a target at 1,000 yards away.
Wow.
I hope that I can hit the target, but I would, if I was betting money, I'd bet 9 to 1 that I don't. But that's a long, long way.
It is. But he's got the equipment, he's got the instruction, and perhaps most importantly, he's got the experience.
We have so much respect that those guys could take the rifles back then and do pretty much the same things we're doing now.
It's finally time for Ted Gundy's dream shot.
Nervous.
It's all right, sir. It's going to hit.
That's it.
And even if you could hear it, the way sound travels be completely different. You'd see a hit and then you'd hear the hit. When you get out, I don't know if it's 500-600 yards, but the speed of sound versus the speed of the bullet, there's a difference. That's interesting if you are a spotter compared to when you hear the target hit.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Good hit.
Actually, it was much better than a good hit. Though no one could tell from more than half a mile away, Ted's first attempt is a headshot on the steel target.
And I can't explain it, how my heart was pounding, and I
Now, I'm going to ask Ted. I don't think he called the headshot.
breathing heavy, and lucky I even hit it. Look.
Well, he might have gotten away with saying he was lucky on the first shot, but not the second.
Wow.
You just hit him right in the mouth.
So the only problem he's having is elevation. Let's say those were 2 good shots, he said. You ask the shooter, hey, were those good shots? And they go, yeah, I didn't pull it. It was breathing right. Felt good. So he's got him dead center. So if he just pulls it down a little bit, just aims a little further down, he's going to be hitting them right in the middle of that target.
For the third.
Should be good. Another one right in the mouth.
Huh?
Perfect shot, sir.
At 84, Ted Gundy's still got his sniper skills.
Now, do you think certain skills are perishable and you'll never get them back? Or certain skills are like riding a bike? So like he just showed, he knew the fundamentals so he could shoot a rifle well. But if I went out and tried to play football, I may know the fundamentals, but it's not happening.